Hello, 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 and a very happy Friday to everyone. Happy start of the weekend. About time, huh? Kind of feels like this week has dragged by a little bit. So, doing something new today. I'm flying solo. Misty is unavailable for streaming today, so just me. And since it is just me, I figured, you know what? Been super into Inzoi lately, following all the news. Way too much news. I've been consuming so much media on it lately. As I said in my Inzoi video, if you've seen it, I'm a bit of a closet Sims fan, and I'm just starting to kind of get into it with the channel now. I managed to snag a code so that I can get into the Build and Character Creative Studio early. Yay. So that's what I'm going to be doing today for just a little bit. It's going to be a shorter stream. I'm going to mess around in the Character and Build Studio and check out the updates that have happened and see if we can create something pretty. I have messed around in these already, but I know I have not touched nearly all of it. So let's see what we can come up with. Let me first just get into my profile here. Boop-a-doo. The canvas, if you will. I have made a few things. These are my character creations so far. This one right here is actually really freaking old. This I made when the Character Creator Studio first came out, which was like over 6 months ago. It's been a hot minute. So this is my oldest one. My interpretation of The Little Mermaid. And then this one is more recent. This is Snow White. And this is Tiana. Yes, I've been making Disney princesses. Don't at me. All right. Let's go ahead. We'll start with Character Studio. Just because that's easier to navigate, I think. And then we'll go into Build Studio. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Felipe, excuse me. Welcome, welcome, and a happy Friday to you, or Saturday. All right, so if you haven't seen the Zoe character creator yet, there are parts that are obviously not available to us right now in this very limited setting that we're working on, because there is like a whole personality, what is it called? Enneagram? I think it's called Enneagram. I'm probably mispronouncing it. I covered it in the video. That we're not going to see here. This is just purely like aesthetics. This is what the person looks like, what their clothing looks like. Nothing to do with their personalities, behaviors, anything like that. So there are a number of age groups to choose from, just like in The Sims. If you're familiar with The Sims, you've got child, teenager, young adult, adult, middle-aged, senior. Now this does go a little bit deeper than The Sims, because in The Sims, there is no middle-aged. You do have a young adult and adult, but you do not have a middle-aged category. You just go from adult to senior. So I think it's nice that they added that. Also in The Sims, though, you don't start at child. You start, well, technically you start at infant when the baby is first born. But as far as like what you can choose in Character Creator to start your character as, you can start as toddler, which will then grow into child. So attempting to work from home today, but I have you up on my second monitor. It's nice to work from home sometimes. I mean, well, I work from home all the time, but it's nice in general for people to get that break. And then, of course, for the genders, we have, you know, the standard male, female. Okay, so I like working with the females more, probably because I like making Disney princesses, so I'm biased. Okay, so firstly, you have a bunch of presets. So the presets will be your own creations, which you can see at the top here, as well as a bunch of pre-selected creations that were just loaded in by the dev team. And just like in The Sims, the presets are really just meant to give you a foundation to work off of, a building block, if you will. So I'm just gonna like try some out and see what we got here. Now, the developer is Korean, so, you know, we're gonna see a lot of, you know, Asian-leaning presets here, which is fine. It's just kind of makes sense for where the developer is. They're also very pretty. But they do try to represent some other groups here too, like this girl here, who is very buff. Good on you. So let me think. Who should I create? When it comes time to actually play Inzoi Early Access, I will probably make myself initially. Because that's just what I like to do in life sims. But for now, I will make an actual character. So I've made Little Mermaid, I've made Tiana, and I've made Snow White. I could try for like more biotypes is always nice. Yeah, absolutely. And we'll go into what's available for the body type sliders. I'm thinking I could make. I mean, Mulan would be easy. Make me one too. Hey, Chris. Happy Friday. Mulan would be like too easy though. Let's go for. There's not a lot of dresses. That's part of the problem. Like the outfit, and I'm sure this is going to change in like the full version, but the outfits that are currently available are kind of limited. I could have used that for Little Mermaid. What do we have? I mean, this dress could work for a couple things. What about Alice in Wonderland? That would be kind of a challenging one. Do Alice. Go back to... Yeah. That's not too bad for a starting face. That might be the closest one they have. Let's see. Well, if I was going like part Asian Alice, that would work. But I'm gonna do like Disney classic cartoon Alice, which actually means I should be going for teenager, not young adult. Nope, that is definitely not it. Other than the band-aids, a little bit. There are more face presets than I remember. I do not remember this one. There being this many. That one is too young for... These are all too young for you. I just set it to teenager. That has a little bit of an Alice look. I think the first one I had was the closest, though, to be honest. This one here. Yeah. That's got an Alice look to it. Okay, so after you choose your body preset, or sorry, just your generic preset, which is the whole thing, and then your facial preset, you go into the details, starting with the hair. So Alice's hair, it's mostly straight, but it's got a little bit of a wave to it. If they had, I'm hoping they have like a headband of some sort. It's on the longer side. She doesn't have bangs. This one might be the closest in terms of length. What's the back look like on this one? That might actually be closer in terms of length. Her hair was long, but not super long. Let me check out this one, too. This one... That might be too straight. Dorothy is better. I mean, that's fair as a character. I don't know. I think this one looks the closest. All right. So after you choose the style, all these color wheels, you just click on them. And the nice thing is that it gives you like multiple categories, as you can see here, for like adding more highlights and more tones and colors to the hair overall. So it's not just, oh, you make the hair one color and that's it. Actually, it reminds me a little bit of BG3 in this sense because you have multiple layers of colors that you can work with. So she is a blonde, kind of a yellowy blonde. Let's make that yellowy. I just want to see how that looks. That's relatively close. I think it's a little more yellowy though, and a little darker. More like that. I do not remember her eyebrows being that color though. So I'm going to change those. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay. And then you get to choose like a complexion as well as the skin tone. I think the complexion's fine, but the skin tone should be a little different. Whoa, she's not that pale. She's pale, but not that pale. Maybe that. Let me see, what is... I think her skin's a little warmer. Maybe like that. Yeah, that I'm misremembering. It's been a hot minute since I've seen Alice in Wonderland, to be fair, so... this is not gonna be an exact match, obviously. Alright, and then you can go into the characteristics. I also like that they have both a basic editing mode and a detailed editing mode. So that if you like most of what you have and you just want to make small tweaks, you can just stay in basic editing. But if you're like, okay, I have a specific vision in mind, you just toggle on detailed editing and you get way more points of, what do I want to call them? Points of editing, essentially, because all of these little circles, all these dots that show up can be manipulated. Like if I want to pull the eyes in a little bit, and I know it's subtle, it might be kind of hard to see on stream, but there is movement happening there. And you can just pull on any of these. So like right now, just like elongating the eyes a little bit, I can change the rotation like that, just slightly. Can open up the lids a little bit so that her eyes are wider, which is very Disney-esque. She's not Cinderella. There are a lot of Disney characters that look similar, to be fair, though. Cinderella's hair is much shorter, actually. But they are both blondes. So I'm going to open those eyes up. Wide, wide, wide. Okay. We don't need any, like, brow creases or eye bags or anything. Alice was quite young. Nasal bridge. Let's see. A little bit of a narrow nose. Lip line is the one in the middle, right? Sometimes it's hard to see the difference on certain settings. Like on the lip line, it's like that is so faint. I can like barely tell what's happening. Okay, skin glow just a little bit, just because she's young. Just turn that up. Right about like 30-ish%. The dots, the ones I spent a lot of time tweaking before admitting I don't know what I'm doing. Right? Yeah. That is fair. I'm going to pull her chin in a little bit. If I remember correctly, she's got kind of like a small face in general. The chin is small, the nose is small. The mouth should be smaller too. This is too big. So I'm going to pull this lip in. Pull from the corners too. We're going to make that smaller. We're going to pull that in. This in. Come on, a little bit more. Maybe shrink it at the corners a little bit. Give her a little bit of smile. There we go. All right, and the nose, I think this area here, I think the nostril area needs to be a little bit smaller, a little bit thinner. And then maybe bring, nope, this one. Bring that down slightly. I need to see it from the, okay. Let's work on that nose tip, bring that down a little bit. Okay. Alright, that's not bad. Where were the eyebrows? I think they're under eyes. Yeah, here we go. Let's see. Yeah, let's use those. And let's bring those up a little bit. We don't want her to look angry. Bring the curve down. Bring this up. There. And I believe her eyebrows are brown, whereas her hair is blonde, I think. Hey, Gigi! I am here, but not here. But everywhere. Well done, Gigi. Who are we making? J-Lo? No, I'm trying to make Alice in Wonderland. It's a work in progress, okay? I'm also working from memory. I haven't seen the cartoon in a very long time. I'm gonna make that chin a little bit smaller. Come on, give me the dot. There we go. That's rounded. You need a reference photos, but Kawaii, you know this. What we doing here? Hey, Chris. Happy Friday. I don't want to use reference photos, though. I'm trying to see how good I remember the character. It's a challenge. She didn't have freckles, did she? No, she didn't have freckles. Okay. Eyes. That first setting is fine. Her eyes are blue, if I remember correctly. Whoa, not that blue. Holy. Bugging out my eyes there. Light blue. They might be more blue than that. Try to go a little bit brighter, but not to the point where I sear my own eyes out. Yeah, that should be good. Hey, Rubit Flags. Happy Friday. Welcome to the stream. Damn robots, they're the worst, aren't they? Where's a bird? Can we get some directions here? No, he'll just make it worse. Make those ears a little bit smaller. There we go. Put some bags under the eyes. No, it's Alice from Alice in Wonderland. She's a freaking young girl. I'm not putting bags under her eyes. Nope, nope. Nope. We're keeping this appropriate. This is an underage character here. Eyelashes. Whoa, those are some eyelashes. Yeah, I think we'll go with those. Well, you can like them natural if they're, you know, not minors. Let's pull this out a little bit. Her eyes should be pretty wide and big, like they are in the cartoon, but not to the point where she looks like an alien. Alright, I'm gonna lift that up a little bit. That doesn't look too bad. She needs bags from all the tea parties. I mean, that's fair. Lots of tea parties. Okay, I think that looks alright. Let's go to makeup and try to enhance this a little bit. Mirror gazing. I'm gonna DM you a photo of J-Law. Okay. I'm not trying to create anyone but the cartoon. Highlighter. Now, I want it on the cheeks a bit. Actually, I think that one's good. Yeah. And then for some blush, let's just do it to the cheeks. That's a little too intense, though. Let's bring that down. How about that? That doesn't look too bad. Eyeshadow. I don't think that would really be applicable for her. Maybe a little bit of liner, though. Because, like, pretty much every classic Disney female character, even the male characters, actually, they all look like they have eyeliner on, even if they don't. It's just the way that they drew the eyes. Crafton needs to give us the demo keys. Right, meow. I mean, that would be nice, but the only keys they're giving out, right, meow, are the keys to what I'm doing. Hey, Blue. Happy Friday. Oh, I really don't think it's that they have makeup on. I think it's just the style in the way that they were drawing the eyes back then. Trying out the different lip glosses. It shouldn't be too shiny. I feel like most of these are too shiny. Maybe just this top one here. That's not too shiny. Pink is pretty standard. Maybe make that a little bit more intense, but not too much. Should not look over the top. Tweak that color a little bit. You know what? I went too far. Hold on. I'm going to draw that back a little bit. There we go. Okay. That's not bad. I would say, working from memory, this isn't that bad. This is Alice from Alice in Wonderland. And I do not have a reference picture. This is just me trying to do it from memory. Within the limitations of the game, obviously. This would be based off of the cartoon version, not the live-action version. It's in the realm. It's not Jennifer Lawrence. Oh, J-Law Jennifer Lawrence. I know what Jennifer Lawrence looks like. And yes, there's a resemblance, but it's definitely not a one-to-one. All right. Let's go to the body now. Okay. Yeah, she was pretty skinny. The one thing that I'm hoping they'll add later on, which it sounded like in the AMA, that they are planning on doing this eventually, but it's just too great of an undertake to do like right now, or maybe even until the towards the end of early access, and that would be a height slider. Right now, there's just a set height for the female characters and the male characters. Just no matter what you make, you got a height. Now, I believe the heights are different depending on the age groups. Otherwise, that would look kind of wonky. But you can't adjust it. You can't have a slider. And that's something I'd really like to see, because I like to make my characters short. Like me. But that's not available right now. So for the body, what you can do is there's also presets over here. So like if you're going for a, like a really muscular build, you can start there. If you're going for a really skinny build, you can start there. So you have the body presets. You also have body shape. So there's a slider for weight and a slider for muscle. So if you wanted her to be like a jacked Alice, you could make her really strong. Alice, however, was a petite girl, so we're not going to do that. And then weight, if you want her to be anorexic, frankly, this looks too skinny, even for a teen. Or if you wanted her to be overweight, you got a slider to adjust that. We're going to go on the skinny side, because she was a skinny cartoon twig, but she wasn't I don't think she was, like, all the way down that slider. Like, trouble with eating habits. Okay. Probably has to do with character mapping and environmental interactions collisions. Yes, absolutely. That's what they were saying in the AMA, damn it. Because all these interactions that you have in your environment and with other characters in the environment, they're set up so that, like, if you were going to shake the hand of another Zoi, then, like, it's set up that your hand is, like, you know, let's say 3, 4, whatever feet up. Yeah, that's probably too small, but whatever. It's 4 feet up, and you go to shake the other hand, and their hand is 4 feet up, and they meet. But if you start messing around with the heights, all of a sudden, like, one person's hand is up here while the other person's hand is down here, and they're no longer meeting. So, yeah, it's all about the interactions with the things in the environment and having to manipulate that every time a height is changed. Not to mention, if you're on a slider of heights rather than just, like, here's a couple preset heights, 4, 5, 6 feet, you know, something like that. I mean, that means that you have all these percentages of height changes in between the lowest height, which might be like 4 feet or something, and then the highest height, probably somewhere around 6 feet. So you have all these little dots essentially on your scale from 4 to 6 that you have to, I don't even know how to say it because I'm not a programmer, but you have to, like, program that into the game so that the game knows that when your 5-foot character goes to shake the hand of your 6-foot character, where their hand should go. Like, I'm not explaining this well, but yeah, essentially that's what it is. She looks like a K-pop idol now. Well, that's not what I'm going for. If you make an adult a 3-foot elf, it totally messes up animations and collisions. Yeah. Yeah, it's also challenging to make the game multiplayer. Yep. That's why that's not available yet either. I'm happily recovering from pneumonia. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry to hear that, Blue. You're in the hospital? Yikes. I hope they're taking good care of you. How is this game even supposed to run properly on the specs that they've listed? Is frankly space magic. I mean, I haven't been in the game itself yet, only in the studio, but the studio is running fine for me. Join the Zoi revolution, you'll be reborn in Inzoi. Yeah, that's bad. It's the name of the people in the game rather than Sims. Yes, the characters in game are called Zois. The game is called Inzoi. Correctamundo. All right. So those are the body options, the basic body options. But as you see, when you hover over the character, you can manipulate certain parts. So, like, if you wanted, for instance, the hips to be either smaller or wider, you would just tug at one of these points and manipulate it. Or maybe you want the shoulders to be a little bigger or a little smaller. You can tug on that point. Just like that. Yep, pretty simple. Now, since Alice is a young girl, I'm not going to... Whoops. Sorry, accidentally clicked on OBS there. I'm not going to manipulate the butt or chest to be big on this teenage girl. Plus, they just weren't in the cartoon, so it wouldn't be fitting. Hey, Debbie. Debbie the Debbiest. Welcome, welcome. All right, so we're going to move on to outfit. And this is the one I was looking at earlier. I think this is the closest we're going to get to her dress in what's available. Maybe if I, like, tried to craft a specific skirt with a specific shirt, maybe it would be closer than this. Although they don't... I wish they had this, but when you're crafting the shirts, they don't have this sleeve type here. And I think that's a nice sleeve type. But like as far as dresses go, they've got the smaller dresses. That one's got that ridiculous bow on it. That doesn't really work. Obviously, a lot of these just don't have the right look to them. I would say this is the closest. They've got some long dresses, but these long dresses are not the right style. Jumpsuit, swimsuit, somewhere. They got some really fancy dresses, but this is more like Cinderella style. So let me come over here for a second and see if maybe if we do a customized top and skirt, if maybe I can get it looking closer. So we'll start with a shirt. Oh my goodness, is it a V-neck, a circle neck, a square neck? I'm trying to remember. Oh man, it's been a while. What was the neckline of her dress? Does it just go across the top? Does it have a collar? Oh, I'm forgetting so hard right now. Bows always work. Not for the top though, for Alice's top. Oh my god, I can't remember what the collar is or the neckline. I don't think it's a triangle. That is gonna bug the heck out of me. It's not the heart shape. It's either like a collar or like just a cross. You know what? We're gonna go with that. I can't freaking remember. And then for the sleeves, it was short sleeve. I believe it was short sleeve. And then it obviously comes all the way down. Yeah, we want it to come all the way down because we want it to look like it's connected to a skirt. And then it's got blue and white in it. You can't what the game? Debbie? Are you saying you can't get into it? Because if you can't get into it, you wouldn't be able to without a code. The Inzoi Creative Studio is limited access right now. And it is only available... Oh, you can't see the game. I'm sorry. Did I... Oop. I see what happened. Sorry about that, guys. Apparently, when I moved my cursor over and accidentally hit OBS, I apparently changed the setting on my vertical stream, but not my my horizontal stream. So I didn't realize I had changed anything at all. Yeah, exactly, because I didn't change anything on the horizontal stream when I moved my cursor, but apparently I clicked in OBS where the vertical scenes are. So sorry about that, Debbie. Oh my goodness, thank you for alerting me to that. I was completely ignorant. Well, like I always say, it's not a real stream unless something goes wrong, right? All right. Oh goodness. Right. So the outfit is a mixture of blue and white mainly, and I believe it has some black in it too. Yeah, always something, exactly. So maybe if we go with that light blue for the top, not that kind of light blue, we need, whoa, that's maybe around that-ish color? No, I feel like it's a little darker than that. Nope, that's too green. I'm being picky. Let me see. I don't feel like that's quite right. There we go. It's getting better. Okay, let's try that. And then... Oh no! Oh no! I was supposed to save it first. Dagnabbit! Ruined my shirt. I think it was this. I gotta find the color again. Okay. I forgot you have to hit save afterwards, and then you gotta go back into craft and then do the other part. So the dress was about that length, right around knee length, I believe. Might have been a little bit further down than knee length, but it was not that long. So we'll go with this one. Hey, Kevin. How's it going? All right, and then... Oh, I should have grabbed the color that I had before. The code for the color, I mean. Somewhere around there. Although... I don't think that's going to look too close, to be honest. Yeah. Not really. It's not the same without, like, the... kind of like... What do you call it? It's not a corset. But, like, down the middle of the dress, it's, like, kind of parted, and there's a different material in the middle. There might even be, like, some drawstrings there or something. This just looks too modern. It's not working. It's not working for me. We're going back to this. I can at least change the color. Goodness. A little hard on the eyes there. Hello in the other stream. Okay. And then the subcolor is what? The drawstrings? Yeah, it is. Okay. I think we'll just keep those white then. It's obviously missing a lot, and it's a little on the short side, but I do think that this is the closest we're going to get with what's available. There will be way more options when the game actually comes out into early access, which will be on the 27th for the US folks. Not just the US folks. Should be... I think our UK folks should have it too on the 27th. Yes, they should, because you guys... No, wait, hold on. 8, 9, 10. I think you guys will be getting it like right at the end of the 27th. I had to think about time conversions. Telling you anyway, even though you didn't say you want the answer, this collar is a standard parted shirt collar. What do you mean by that? Like the collar is like open, you mean? Hey, Charlie. Happy Friday to you. I think I saw a timeline I could share later. Okay, yeah, please do. Just throw that in the Discord. It's an apron. Oh, yeah. You're right. There is an apron. It's a white apron, I believe. Yeah, no aprons available yet. But like I was saying, when it releases to early access, there will be way more options available. It's just very limited right now. The crafting options should be expanded as well. Obviously, that's pretty limited right now. And of course, modders will be going absolutely nuts with this, just like they did with The Sims. So, looking forward to seeing a lot of creative creations from the modding community. Oh, a two-piece collar. Oh, okay. Yeah, that is not available in here. All right, let's take a look at shoes. Although what she's wearing isn't bad. Those aren't bad. If I recall correctly, Alice is wearing basically like slippers. Not slippers like what you would wear when you're getting ready for bed, but like flats, essentially. What is this scheme? That's an early access. Yes, this is Inzoi. It is entering early access as of the 27th, and it is another Sims game. It is going to be a pretty heavy Sims competitor. So right now, the Creative Studio is available limited access. You have to get a code for it, and it provides you with the character creator, most of the character creator, not all of it, and the building creator. Black ankle strap flats. Black ankle strap. Those are not flats, those are high heels. Well, I don't have straps on the ankles, but we do over the feet, so what I can do is just boop, change those to black. So I think that's pretty close. And yeah, you're right about the socks. How high up were the socks? Were they all the way up or like... I don't remember. Yeah. I think that's good enough. It kind of looks weird when I put thigh-high socks on her, so I'm gonna go with those. Yeah, okay, that's not bad. It's not bad. She looks a lot more mature than the one from the cartoon. She's too freaking tall, but like I was saying, I can't adjust the height, so that's kind of out of my hands, but I don't think that's bad. Let's see. Accessories. No hats. No eyewear. Don't remember her wearing any jewelry. What do they got for headpieces? Ooh, headpieces are super limited. They don't have just like a regular headband. I can give her ears, but not a headband. I give her a crown, but not a headband. I guess the closest thing would be the bow then. I think that's the closest we're gonna get. Her headband might have had a bow on it. I don't remember for sure. It might have had a bow. If it didn't have a bow in the Disney cartoon, then it did in a different version. And since there is no proper headband, I want her to have something in her hair. So I think that's gonna have to represent for the headband. No piercings. She didn't have anything on her nails, but we can make them nice anyway. Just for aesthetic purposes. Just make them match. Give them like a nice light blue color. Make that a little bit darker. There. Pretty. Very pretty. Okay. Alright. That is probably as close as we're gonna get with what we've got available to us. I will definitely be trying to make these characters again once early access comes out, and there's like a lot more options available. So the other thing you can do when you're in the Character Creator Studio is there's this button down here called Studio, and you can change their expression as well as their pose, the background that's behind them. There's only 3 right now, but I think that will be... let me go back here. Ah! Where'd your outfit go? There we go. There's only 3 backgrounds available right now, but I think that will be expanded upon. You can also tweak the lighting. Like if you wanted to take a picture that was in shadow or wanted the character to be really bright, You can change the positioning of the lighting as well as the backlighting. And change the tints. Let me see. Like if I wanted to make the lighting a little pink, I could do that. Oh, I think I can change the, yeah, I can change the background too. Stormy! Let's make it something kind of trippy. Since Alice in Wonderland is all about that trip. Should I make it purple or green? That looks kind of evil, actually. Let's go with purple. Don't want to make it too dark. Maybe like that. Like billowy clouds that the caterpillar smokes. Or puffs. Whatever. Alright. Alright, expression. Smile, laugh, depressed, surprised. That probably makes the most sense. Surprised. Everything was surprising in Wonderland. And then for a pose, you can do different standing poses. Yeah, that, that just looks weird. Pose for photo. Dancing. All kinds of dances. Crazy dances. Really, really weird dances. Ridiculously. Face heart. Rest chin on hand. Hands together. Hands on hips. Lots of hands on hips. V sign. No, you are not expecting. Oh, and there's some couple poses, but I guess this is for when you can create more than one character at a time, because it really doesn't make sense right now without the other character there. So let's do that one, because she looked like a look of wondering, a look of ponderance. Okay, that'll be good. And we can upload this to the canvas. So every time you make a character, you have the option to just, save it for your own use, obviously, but you can also upload it to the canvas, which uploads it to your profile within Inzoi. But we have to take a picture of her for that. So I think we'll just take a picture in portrait mode like that. Get those clouds there. Okay. Snap a picture. Save it. Alice. In Wonderland. Okay. Add some tags like Disney. The name of the movie. Blah, blah, blah. I'm just sharing them for fun. I'm not, really trying to accomplish anything here. My version of Disney's classic cartoon. Alice. There we go. Upload it. Or try to upload it. There we go. There it goes. So like I said, once you upload it to the canvas, it's attached to your profile. And all of your creations get linked under here. You can set an avatar picture for yourself. You can set a banner picture for yourself. It almost looks like its own little version of YouTube, which is interesting. Give yourself a nickname. You can give yourself a description. You can put in social media links. People can leave comments on creations. They can like creations. They can download creations. So they're definitely going for a very like social environment here. All right, let's get out of there. We're gonna say complete, save and complete. Okay. All right, back at the beginning. So let's take a look now at the build studio, which is way more complex and confusing. So when you first go into the build studio, they give you, some basic instructions, which I did read, by the way, but I didn't find that it answered all my questions, to be honest. One thing that I had trouble with is the grass, actually. Then again, it's kind of my fault for deleting it to begin with, so... because what I did with my last experiment with this is I wanted to start from scratch, so I was like deleting everything, and then I ended up deleting the floor tiles here that are grass, and I had trouble getting it back the way that they had it. So what I should be able to do... Is it reset? No. Hold on. Delete all. Let's see. Oh, great. It deleted the grass again. Okay, well, maybe we can start with the grass. Maybe it's easier if you put the grass down first and then build on top of that. Hey, Mike. Thank you, thank you. I hope you're having a good day, too. Yeah, it definitely has a lot of similarities with The Sims. And the lead dev guy, K-Jun, has come out and talked about how Sims is the inspiration behind Inzoi. So he's not being shy about it. He's not trying to be sneaky or anything about how this is connected to The Sims. Apparently, he and his son played The Sims a lot when his son was a kid, and they have some fond memories of it. And his son had asked him at some point, like, hey, I have fond memories of us playing The Sims together. Are there other Sims-like games out there? And Cajun was like, no, not really. So he was inspired by his son to make another Sims-like game, to put some more games like that out in the world, to give people more options. And he has come out and said that, he likes The Sims, So he is a fan of the games, so it's not, from what I can interpret anyway, it doesn't seem like it's really a malicious thing of oh, we're coming after you, Sims, we want to make something way better than you and take over the market. They do want to make something really good, obviously, and they want to open up this space, but it doesn't seem to be a malicious we're here to outdo you, but more we're here to bring new possibilities to the table, so people aren't pigeonholed into one thing, because nobody should have a monopoly over a genre of games. We don't need that crap. We get monopolies in other areas. We don't need it in gaming. I'm gonna get off my soapbox now. All right, so build mode. There's a bunch of presets, just like there are in The Sims. So they have, a bunch of different houses. This is a little bitty house. They got one called the tiny house, so that's cool. They got some bigger houses, some more modern looking houses. But it's not just about building houses. It's also about building actual retail locations, or locations that I almost said Sims, that your Zois can visit. Here's a library, here's a shop, here's a convenience store, Here's a wedding studio. So like there are different locations that you can build and manipulate besides just the homes of your Zois. Almost said Sims it again. Damn, that's going to be happening a lot. So there are all these presets that you can choose from, but you can also build from scratch. In addition to the presets for the buildings themselves, if you wanted to like start building your own, but then you got stuck on a particular room and you're like, I don't know what the hell I want to do with this room, they also have presets for individual rooms. Like, oh, my Zoe is going to be a painter, but I don't really know how to set up the room. Well, here's a painting room. This retail location I made is going to be a club. Here's a club theme room. You get it. Small terrace, a garden, like all kinds of cool stuff. Here's a budget bathroom with lots of pink in it. Here's a wedding garden. All kinds of stuff. Vintage themes kitchen. That's interesting. So if you end up getting lazy and you're like, I don't want to build all this, I want something nice and ready to go, it's here for you. All right. And then, of course, free building mode. You've got home and exterior. As you can see, there's a bunch of things on the exterior menu here that I can't actually click on. I can click on fences and gates, and that's it. So I can't click on this, which looks like it's implying that maybe basements can be made, because it looks like it's like saying underground, because this is obviously the home and the foundation. So I think this is like representative of if you want to build a basement. Cobblestone paths right here. This patch right here, I'm not sure what this blob shape is supposed to be. I'm assuming something to do with landscaping. It kind of looks like it's supposed to be like a huge rock or something. There are plants and stuff. There's like some limited landscaping available right now, but it is pretty limited. So I think this has to do with landscaping. And then of course this is a pool. It's self-explanatory. Small terrace sounds like small terrorist. Yeah, it does a little bit, doesn't it? So this is very limited right now. And then for the home, you've got your roofing, you got stairs, floor tiles and blueprints, walls, doors, windows, pillars, ladders. I don't know why we would need those ladders unless we were doing a pool, but I don't know, maybe you're giving your Zois a fire escape in case you have plans to, you know, accidentally set their house on fire and you don't want everyone to die. People will definitely be exploiting that. Okay, so let's start here. Because I want the grass down first, because I had such a flipping time adding the grass afterwards. It was miserable, so I want to do the grass first. So this is what is this? A 15 by 15 floor tile. I mean, that's relatively big. Or we could, whoa, okay, that's too big. I'm sorry, what is that? That's a 30 by 30? Yeah, I'm not building all that. Okay, let's go for a 15 by 15 tile. Let's pop that down. And I am going to make it grass. So when you are interacting with an object in the building menu, and you want to change its color, let me go back for a second and show you again. You click on it and you will see the paintbrush here, which says edit color and material. There's obviously a couple more options here too. So this one is to move, rotate, scale. This is to edit the appearance, edit color and material, copy it. So like this is, you know, good if you're like making a bunch of kitchen cabinets or something, hit copy and do it more. Delete and save furniture preset. So if you were, you know, making a bunch of changes to a furniture piece and you're like, oh, I really like how that came out, I want to use that going forward, then you could save it, which is a nice feature. So for now, we're going to go into this. Because the way that we make this into grass is by going into color material and coming under the other menu. And there's an artificial grass tile, but there's also just regular grass tile and dirt tile. So we're going to go with regular grass tile. That's what the artificial one looks like. And that is so bright, it's burning my eyeballs. There's also fabric tile and fabric pattern tile. You'll also see over here in the corner, my texture. So I know this is a little controversial, but there is AI in this game for certain things. One of the things is allowing you to generate new textures. So you tell the AI what kind of texture you're going for, and it makes it for you. You see, I've done that a couple times. This one, I was telling it, I want some pale blue aluminum siding for the house. I couldn't find like just a regular looking siding in their options. So I was like, all right, I'm going to tell AI to make it. And this one was for a satiny material. Why are you controversial? Not you specifically. Okay, so there's our grass tile. I'm hoping that building on top of it is not going to be a problem, because one of the things that I keep running into in the studio is that, like, the game seems to think that certain things shouldn't overlap when really it shouldn't be an issue. So, for instance, the other day, I'm working on the inside of the house, and here's the wall in my window, and I'm trying to put the dresser up against the wall. And it's like, oh, no, you can't overlap. I'm like, what the heck am I overlapping with? It didn't want the dresser to be up against the bottom part of the window. So it's like, okay, that's not really overlapping, though. That's the window that's embedded into the wall. So there are certain little, like, quirks here and there that need to be worked out of the system, but this isn't even an early access yet, so, we kind of have to give some grace here and understand that there are going to be quirks. And even once we enter early access, which is almost upon us, there will be plenty more quirks to work out. That's just how it goes in early access. You always take a risk when you get a game in early access. So I guess, keep that in mind if you are interested in this game. If you're thinking about getting it, it's going to be $40. And it will get better with time. There is a roadmap, and there's supposed to be a lot of things coming down the pipeline. I don't have any doubts about it improving over time, but you have to work through a lot of crappy stuff when you're working with games in early access. I mean, I jumped on the BG3 bandwagon pretty much as soon as it went into early access. And that is a wonderful game. Obviously, I'm a big fan. And there was a lot of issues with it in early access. And it's like every time they did an update, something would break. That's just kind of the way of it. So, just keep that in mind if you want to get into an early access game. That it's not going to be perfect. There's going to be a lot of issues. And part of the point behind early access is, getting feedback. So, be honest about it, but just be prepared for it. All right, I am getting distracted. Let me see about building a structure here. Only if a human steals something is it inspirational, but if me or my family does it, it's suddenly infringement. Wow. All right, so obviously we could just freeform build walls. And it's nice that they have different wall heights too, and partial walls. I know they added, I don't know when they added it. I know they added some different options in The Sims for wall heights, because initially it was just, this is your standard wall, period, the end. But I like that this has even more options, and not only does it have more options for the wall heights, but it also gives you partial walls. So that if that is your intention in building a smaller wall, this will probably interact better with the rest of the structure. But to make this easier and less lengthy, I am going to cheat a little bit and use the rooms category, where you can get the whole shape that you want. So what I'll probably do is like, if it allows me, will it allow me to? Is this gonna be Sims-like and allow me to drag it? Or is it? It's just gonna allow me to make a room, isn't it? For shame. Well, maybe that'll get updated. Okay, so let's see. How far back do we want to be where we start the home? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 5. And come over to the side here. Okay, so there's one room. And we can make it bigger. Oh, that's how I can get away with it. Haha! No, no. What are you doing? Not move it. Make it bigger. Okay. Oh, there it is. My bad. So what I did there is I grabbed the arrow, which is to move it, rather than the little peg square thing, which is to extend it. So I want to have a little bit of a backyard. Let's try a bigger one there. So I'm going to use these extensions here to pull this out to be like the whole shape of the house, so that I don't have to make a bunch of smaller rooms attached to each other. I can just build within the giant square. Okay. I think that's about even on the sides. I don't like that I'm not seeing the grid on top of the floor tile. Like, I want to see the grid in the floor tile so that I can go like, okay, how many tiles to the side am I on each side? Because I like to make it, you know, relatively symmetrical and be like, okay, 5 tiles on to the side here, 5 tiles to the side there. So I wish I could see the tile, the grid, excuse me. I wish I could see the grid on top of this floor tile. That would make it easier, but it's about the same. So we're just going with it. All right. And then we need to make this floor. Great. Let me undo that. I was not trying to move it. Now comes the part that I'm not sure how it's going to work, and that is placing a floor on top of a floor. Obviously, it can be done because they've done it in their presets. But, you know, my house floor needs to be different from the grass. And if I click on this, it's clicking on, you know, the floor that is underneath. So what I think I could do potentially is maybe make a platform. I'm going to try it. Ooh. Okay. So maybe not, because it's not connecting to the wall. Also, it took out my wall. All right. I thought maybe the platform was another way of making floors, but that does not appear to be correct. So let me go back here. I might have to make another floor tile on top of the floor tile. Nope. Furniture cannot overlap. That's annoying. So it won't allow me to make a floor tile on top of a floor tile. Which begs the question, how the heck did they get the grass floor tile on the outside of the house and a different one inside the house? And if anyone knows the answer to this, like, just like yell at me. It's fine. Where is the instructions go? Am I blind? Are they like right in front of me and I'm just not seeing it? Furniture, craft. They're supposed to be... Maybe. Okay, here we go. Is there a section on floor? Oh, the writing is so tiny. Yeah, that's telling you how to make a blueprint. I don't want a blueprint though. What is this? Like, I can't read what that tiny white text says there. It's like, ouch, I hit my microphone. Change to a building. Something about changing to a building print something something. So that's not really helpful in regards to how to handle the floors. Let's see. View floors? Nope. Wall view, photo mode. Basic features. Setting snap options, selecting rooms, clearing all, do. There is a way to do it, and it bothers me that I don't know. Yeah, that's furniture. Furniture is easier. So, like, this is something that I would like to see them make easier. Because, like, I know I keep going back to The Sims, but, like, that's what we have to compare it to right now. That's what's out. The Sims. In The Sims, it's pretty easy to lay down floor on top of floor. Like, it doesn't restrict you from overlapping or anything. I'm wondering if it's a bug. I don't know if it's just a limitation right now or if it's an actual bug. But it doesn't seem like that's the way it should be working, because I should obviously be able to have grass on the outside and then flooring on the inside. Like, that's very basic. So, all right. It's too bad I can't, like... I know, I'm kind of complaining here, but another thing that would be nice about the floor tiles is being able to just manipulate it myself. Like, oh, well, I'll just make it the size of this house. So I select it and I just change the size. Can I do that? Am I, like, fussing for nothing? Oh my goodness. Well, I'm dumb. Yeah. Okay. I take that part back. I can manipulate the size. Somewhat. I almost got it. Okay, so this isn't... I gotta move this. Like that. And then... Haha! So now what I should be... Oh, dang it! Really? Ah! You see that little corner hanging out? So obnoxious. Alright, hold on. But then if I... Ah! Really? That is bothersome. Okay. Alright. I think what I need to do is move my room out. Or my house wall thing. There we go. Ha! I defeated you. Okay. So now the floor tile fits perfectly inside. What am I going to do for the outside floor tile? I don't know. Oh, I have separate walls in here. That's a problem. Ah! Let me get rid of those. There we go. Okay. It's progress. I'll take it. For now, I think I'll just go with, like, some neutral wood, because I don't know what I want for the floor yet. Very, very bothered by the floor thing. Maybe I can make, like, a bunch of these surrounding... Oof. But they're gonna overlap, that's the problem. It's like... What I haven't seen so far, which maybe is just my stupidity, is anywhere where I can just select an individual floor tile rather than like these massive tiles. And they won't, as you saw, allow them to overlap. And maybe that has something to do with the exterior part not being ready yet. Because I would think that you could select like individual tiles here. I know if I go into the outdoor mode, which one is it? Oh my goodness. I will find it! Nope, that's beach. Outdoor items. Like, okay. So there are panels for making like decks, essentially. And you can use the granite blocks to like make walkways and stuff. But you don't want your entire freaking yard to be that. There is a snap feature. Which I have on. But like if I put that there, like it won't overlap. So I'd have to do like I'd have to do it like this with this size because I can't overlap. And this is the smallest floor tile they have available, which is weird. It's like, comes out in this wonky shape. And I can change these floor tiles to grass, but like, I can't manipulate, well, maybe I can. Hold on. 1 second. Maybe if this is like obviously not the way I would prefer to do it, but yeah, I got that. I can do this. Like I just want individual tiles, you know what I mean? Like in The Sims, you have just individual tiles and you can just spread them out. Like it all has to work on the grid itself. It has to, like there's no half squares or anything. So everything has to be a square of the grid, but you can like make it any number of squares. Whoops. Is that my dog making a weird noise? I thought you could change the size. Yeah, you can change the size like this, but it's not, how do I want to say it? It's not like free form, like how they have it in The Sims. So yeah, it does get pretty tedious trying to, and see how like, I can't line it up just right. It's just a little bit off there. And that's gonna, of course, bug me out, but it is what it is. What is going on there? Am I the only one seeing this little crease here? Can I move it forward? No. Like, what is that? Why do I have a crease there? If this... Oh, I bet it's because of this piece here. Bear with me a second. If I... Move that over. Will it now allow me to move the... Whoops. Oh. So, like... It's kind of finicky. Like, I either have to move it in like this. Maybe I can move this one in too and make it equal on this side. Okay, there we go. I got it. Like, that's so finicky. Gotta dip out or crash out, that's what the kids say. Alright, thanks, Gigi. Happy Friday to you. The kids do not say that. Who knows what they say? Yeah. Okay. I'm getting there, but like you can see, like I said, it's very tedious. It's not just select an individual floor tile and then draw your mouse over the area you want to put it in. So I really do want to see changes to this for sure. There we go. Okay. Woo! I did it though. I did manage to do it. I wonder if this is how they did it or there's actually an easier way. So then what I should have done beforehand, but I wanted to make sure I was actually doing it correct, was I should have changed it all to grass and then copied the grass. But this part is at least quick. You just click on it, grass, click on it, grass, grass, or you could even use this, which is even a little quicker. I did it! Haha! Suck it. All right. Now that we've got grass and a regular floor, but notice how I didn't put it underneath because it won't let me. So it's like, if I was to get rid of this floor here, there would be nothing underneath, just the grid, because there is no grass under this. So I definitely want to see that change, whether it's a bug or just a limitation right now. Let the floors overlap each other. That's going to be important for ease of use. My name evolved from mama, mommy, mom, bruh, chat. Wow. That's quite the evolution. All right, so let's go back into building, go to walls. So I could be super lazy here and continue to use the room shapes, or I could draw walls. Maybe I'll do a mixture of both. I kind of like the idea of a kitchen being in an L shape. So like I could, oh, that's kind of big. That's taking up a lot of space. This house is not that big. You know what? Maybe I'll draw my own walls. I'm gonna go for the, whoop. Why are my walls not matching? Hold on a second. Okay, just wanted to make sure that this was the right height. Okay, I think what we're gonna do is... I'm trying to think, how do I want this set up? Maybe have bedrooms on one side, kitchen, living room on the other side. And have like the floor plan of the kitchen living room be relatively open and give them more space. The bedrooms don't need to be that big. So like if we start over here, yeah, leave more space on that side. The door will have to be off to the side here. This door's pretty. So like door off to the side here. Ooh, I don't like that color though. Yikes! Stainless. I'm gonna go for like silvery color. Ooh, excuse me. And then we can have, oh, we need a bathroom too. We'll put it on this side. Can't forget about that. So then we can have the bathroom be down here. Bathroom doesn't need to be big. There. Oop. And then this can be divided into 2 bedrooms. Like that. Approximately the same size. I think those are the same. They look the same anyway. Okay. And then maybe just a wall divider between kitchen and living room. So maybe the living room is the first room you come into when you enter, and the kitchen's down here. And just have a wall that divides the 2 rooms. Like that, just a partial. Should I do an actual partial wall? Yeah, we'll do a regular wall. Okay. We also need windows. Yes, curb appeal as well. True, true. I personally like shutters, but I know a lot of people don't. Let's go for... What kind of windows do I want? These are kind of nice. These are okay. Cross double pane. Antique sliding. I guess we'll go for the candy stripe. Whoa, those are big windows. Okay. Well, they'll let in a lot of light, so that's good. So we'll put one there. Gonna try to make this about the same distance, approximately, on either side. Okay. And come over here. Whoops, that did not copy the right thing. I'm gonna copy this. We'll put one on this side in the living room area. Kind of a big window for a kitchen. Might change the window for the kitchen. Yeah, we'll put one back here. Lots of windows for the bedrooms. Lots of natural light. And is that about the same? Oh, this bedroom needs a window too. I think we'll have 3 on this side. Ah! Let me scooch this one over. Approximately. It's not going to be perfect. They're kind of cute. I do like the option of adding depth and pops of color with shutters. Yeah. True, true. I still don't like the color of this door. Oh my goodness, why is it bugging me so much? It doesn't look the right color. I changed it to white and it doesn't look white. You know what? I'm changing the door. Let's do... How about this one? Yeah, that looks better. I like that better. Okay. Let's use smaller windows for the kitchen. So I did the candy striper windows. Is there like... maybe these? That's not that small. Don't want it to look too out of place. Maybe these. How's that look? That looks okay. And one on this side too. A little bit over there. I think those are about the same distance from the top of the wall, approximately. All right, let's also do a door, a sliding door in the back. We'll do this one. Yep. Oh no, cannot place on the corner. Oh, I was like on top of the corner. Okay. There. Sliding door to go into the back. Alright. That looks okay to me. Then what we can do is color. Let me choose a room selection tool. Choose the outside. I think I've got the outside of the house, hopefully. See if we can change the color all at once. Is that the outside? Yes, it is. Okay. So we can either go for the aluminum siding look that I created. We can go for ceramic siding. That's not bad, actually. Bamboo tiles. I don't know why you would put wood panels on the outside. That seems like a bad idea. There's some brick. Warehouse brick. Big brick. Reclaimed blue brick. Reclaimed white brick. Concrete. We're not doing concrete. Exterior marble tile. Exterior wall tile. Limescale tile. Herringbone tile. Porcelain on the outside. That sounds dangerous. Does look pretty nice, though. It may not be a good idea, but it looks nice. So I think I'll go with it. And we need a roof. But to see the roof, we gotta go up one floor, which is this icon right here. Up a floor. Go for a gable roof, pretty standard. Oops. Come on. Gable roof. There we go. And you can change its peak to be low or high. Go like somewhere in the middle. And then, whoops. That was by accident. Okay. Can change the color and material. Kind of, oh, that's just the gable itself. Where is the material I used for the house? Ooh, natural stone. I think it was this one. Yeah, there we go. I'm just gonna make that matching. But then for the roof, we've got slate, panels, monotone tiled roof, church roof, octagonal asphalt shingles, square asphalt shingles, barrel tile, and asphalt shingles. That dark kind of looks nice against the lighter color. But I could make it like a gray instead. Whoops! And I'm clicking on things again. Whoop. Okay. That time I didn't mess up my stream. Okay, that's not bad. Go back down. Okay. I think that's a pretty good start, if I do say so myself. Unfortunately, I am not going to be able to finish this today, though. I just got an ad with Chris Pratt praying with me and asking me to join Hallow to pray together. Did anyone else get that ad? Nope. Never seen that before. That's a new one for me. I have not gotten that ad. All right, I'm gonna have to leave it here today, folks, because of the time. Unfortunately, I have more work to do, and I've got plans tonight, so I can't do it later in the night like I sometimes do. So I gotta leave it here, but I appreciate everyone who stopped by, said hello, hung out for a while, and checked out the game with me. Just a reminder that this is open to limited access right now. But as of the 23rd, it is opening up for everyone on Steam. So if you want to get in there, play around with Character or Builder, it will be available to you in just a couple of days, and early access will release on the 27th. So feel free to check it out yourself. All right, thanks everyone. Have a great day.